Ho, 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 a pirate's life is definitely not for me, especially if it exists in this damn franchise. Oh, sorry about that. Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tales. Yes, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, just call it that. Yes, this movie stars Johnny Depp, Jeffrey Rush, Orlando Bloom, Javier Bardem, and David Winham. This movie is directed by Espen Sandberg, the guy who gave us the movie Kon-Tiki. I love Kon-Tiki, great film. He also gave us Banditas, not a great film, but still. Now he's doing the 5th installment of Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I really miss Gore Verbinski. But you know what? Gore Verbinski's doing his own thing. And yeah, now we have a 5th installment. Maybe this will finally end the damn franchise because, my god, this franchise needs to fucking end already. And honestly, by the end of this movie, I have no idea if this will end the franchise. It could end right here, but honestly, if this movie makes enough money, they're going to make like 20 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and that is so goddamn unnecessary. This franchise needs to just die already. Just freaking die already. Yes, anyways, the story of this movie is Captain Jack Sparrow. He has to fight this ghost played by Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem wants revenge on Jack Sparrow because of something Jack Sparrow did. We'll not spoil it. There's also a little side story with his other character and stuff. He wants to find the Trident of Poseidon for reasons. Again, I won't spoil and stuff. There's also a cameo, like you saw in the trailers, of Will Turner and stuff, and Barbossa's back and stuff, and yeah. It's another Pirates of the Caribbean movie. We should all be excited, right? I was not at all excited. The trailers didn't get me excited. This movie just didn't look interesting. And again, I haven't been excited for a Pirates of the Caribbean movie in like 10 years. So I don't know how this is going to make me excited. Yeah, my thoughts and opinions of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they're just to me. The first one is fantastic. I love The Curse of the Black Pearl. The performances were great. The comedy was great. It was a fun, swashbuckling adventure film. I loved the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It was so great. Johnny Depp actually deserved the Oscar nomination. He was so great. And I even like Dead Man's Chest. I like it. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still a very good movie. I liked Davy Jones, Bill Nighy's performance as Davy Jones. The special effects were really good. That friggin' wheel scene with them, Commodore. I said governor. With Commodore Norrington and Will Turner and Jack all fighting on the wheel, the three-way sword fight. That was pretty awesome stuff. Then you got like Rigetti and Pintail with the friggin' chest and stuff fighting all the friggin' creatures and Elizabeth and stuff. Really badass scene. And of course, there were some really funny moments in Dead Man's Chest. I like the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I even like a lot of moments in the third one, At World's End. At World's End is not a great movie. It's kind of just okay to me, but there was really good stuff in At World's End. It was just way too long and a little too dark at times and stuff, and yeah, it was okay though. Now the fourth one. The fourth one on Stranger Tides was a really god-awful movie. I hated it. I really hated it. It was really missing Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann and stuff. Jack Sparrow wasn't even a clever character. He was just a really goofy, cartoony character and stuff. And Penelope Cruz was awful. Ian McShane was awful. Everything about that movie was awful. I hated that Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Now we have the fifth one, Dead Man Tells No Tale. And it's better than the fourth one, I guess. Like, yeah, it's better than the fourth one. That's it. It's not as good as the third one or the second one. Or, of course, not the first one, but it's better than On Stranger Tides. So, good job. You're slightly adequate. Not at all, maybe. But yeah. This movie is neither good or bad. Like, I didn't hate it. It was a little too long, and I was feeling the time, but honestly, I saw Baywatch before I saw this movie, and that movie was painful to sit through, so this was kind of like a breath of fresh air compared to fucking Baywatch and stuff, but it still wasn't that good. It wasn't good. I was not interested in the story. I did not give a shit about these characters. The writing wasn't very well done. It tried to be as funny as possible, and it really wasn't that funny. There was a couple good jokes here and there. There's a few good jokes. Like, I'm like, okay, that was clever and very funny and stuff. But it tries so hard to be this slapstick, goofy comedy instead of actually a serious action-adventure movie. I say watching The Three Musketeers, you know, the 90s version, the one I love. That movie has comedy, but it's also a very serious action-adventure movie. Same with the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's a very serious film, but it has a lot of comedy aspects in it. Same with Dead Man's Chest. This one just tries so hard to be goofy and silly and stuff. You know, you gotta entertain the kiddies and stuff, and I did not like it. It just didn't feel like Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow did not feel like Captain Jack Sparrow to me. He just felt like this drunk, bumbling moron and stuff. And Johnny Depp did give us an okay performance, but it just isn't Jack Sparrow, the Jack Sparrow that I know and love from the first three movies. Like, that's Jack Sparrow to me. This one is just a very goofy cartoon of Jack Sparrow and stuff. And yeah, they do a CGI young version. It looks stupid and stuff. And again, his backstory, not at all interesting and stuff. But yeah, and Jeffrey Rush is back. And I love Jeffrey Rush, but he was so underused and completely wasted in the film. And they even bring Will Turner back. And again, he is so wasted in this movie. If you're excited for Will Turner, you might be a little disappointed and stuff. And yeah, they have this female character in this movie, and they all think she's like a witch because she's smart. That is a running joke in the movie, and it's so not funny. It's funny at the first time they say it. The first time that joke comes in the movie, it's pretty funny. But then they just keep going, and it becomes a painful and stupid joke. And yeah, I didn't like that. The best part of the movie was Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem is always a great villain, whether he's Anton Chigurh or he's the villain in Skyfall, I forget his name and stuff, but yeah, he's a great villain, and he's actually a very good, enjoyable, pretty intimidating villain. I love him as this really ghost character, getting his revenge on Jack Sparrow and stuff, and I really liked him. I liked his story, and I liked his character. I thought he was a really enjoyable, fun character to watch. He was the best part of the movie. Everything else, not so much. The performances, none of them were really bad. They just weren't really that good. The only good performance was Javier Bardem. Everyone else was just kind of mediocre and stuff. And the story wasn't very interesting and stuff. And they played more for laughs than actual excitement. It was trying to be more funny than actually adventurous and stuff. And I really just didn't like that. If it was a funny movie from start to finish, then maybe I'd like it. But it wasn't. A lot of the jokes fell flat most of the time. So that was very disappointing and stuff. But when there actually is action scenes, but they're actually pretty good. Some of the action is pretty fun and enjoyable. The sword fighting scenes felt very swashbuckling, pirate fun and stuff. The effects also really looked good. The CG looks good. The special effects are really enjoyable. Some, like, the ship battles are pretty enjoyable as well. And how the movie ends. How the movie ends is also pretty good. I liked how the movie ended. How it all wrapped up was very good and very clever and stuff. But however, though, the movie is a ginormous kind of blah. It's kind of meh. If you're excited for this movie, you might be disappointed, but I say if you're a die-hard Pirates of the Caribbean fan, you even love the fourth one, I think then you'll love this movie. If you love every Pirates of the Caribbean movie, you think they're spectacular movies, even that fourth one, then you will love this movie. But if you're just kind of sick of this franchise, you're going to just consider this movie another generic Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which I thought. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either, so it's just kind of meh to me. If you're not interested in Pirates of the Caribbean anymore, then please do not see this movie. You don't need to see this movie. Actually, most people don't need to see this movie because, honestly, we just don't need another Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It should end right now. Right now, we don't need it. So yeah, please don't support the movie and stuff. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Anyways, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tale, a 5 out of 10. So yeah, not good, not bad, just eh. So yeah, that was my review for the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tells No Tale. In the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movie. My favorite is the first one. That should be everyone's favorite, but yeah, that's my favorite. So yeah, what's your favorite? Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.